All right, I got that bar welded in there, as you can see. So when you cut the bar out, the new bar is gonna slide through the old hole. So you see, this is, I think this was the driver's side. So it sat in there like this. This is the new piece that's going through the frame, and then it sticks out the other side of the frame like that right there. So when you get to your spot right here, you're gonna take your cutoff wheel. I use them Harbor Freight. I got a 6-inch Metabo grinder, but Harbor Freight has these 7-inch cutoff wheels. Hercules 7-inch cutoff wheel, low vibration. They're actually really good. I only had one of them ever come apart on me, and I've used a lot of them. So on the 6-inch grinder, I know you ain't supposed to put the bigger wheel on there, but I take the guard off of all my grinders anyway. But that's the 6-inch Metabo. Put that 7-inch cutoff wheel on there, give you that little extra room you need. What you do is take your cutoff wheel, cut that. This would say this was the old one. You're gonna cut it right along that frame all the way around. You already got your inside cut out. Then you're gonna take and grind it down, and then use something like this is a seam buster they sell on a tool truck. I use that. And I also got a little diamond bit on my die grinder. Just go around inside of there till you get all of that old. You gotta bust the weld loose because it's welded just like this all the way around on the outside. So you gotta get that old pipe out of there, because this pipe is the same exact diameter as that hole. So you're gonna have to take something, either the little die grinder with the diamond wheel, if you got another little grinder, anything to go in there and just get all of that old material out of there until you get to just the frame. You wanna grind the weld and the pipe all the way out until your hole is opened up exactly to the frame, and maybe even grind just a little bit more so you can slide this pipe through there, because you got to angle the pipe down, go through the passenger side first, because that plate, this side plate doesn't come welded on. This side is already welded on from when you get this tube. This side is already welded on. That plate isn't welded on. So you slide your plate all the way on, just slide it back to here, tilt your bar down into that hole, slide it into your hole, and then this side is going to drop. Then you're gonna slide this side back through the frame, and then, you know, line everything up where you want it and go ahead and weld it. But yeah, it turned out good. I'm happy with the results. So all of that right there is all of the rust that I got off of this frame with the needle scaler. I had the needle scaler and I had the air hammer with the flat bit on it. So you see the air hammer with the flat bit on there, and if you take that flat bit on that air hammer and just air hammer the outside of the frame all the way down, you're gonna knock all of that rust on the inside out. So you can see, I mean, it knocked a lot of rust out of there, all down inside of there, that gap, all of that stuff. I cleaned all of that rust up. Then I sprayed WD-40 all down in there to try to prevent it from rusting. Took my WD-40 can with the little air nozzle on it, squirted WD-40 in all of them holes all the way down through there, filled that up with WD-40. WD-40 actually repels water, and it will keep it from rusting. You know, it's just a little preventative measure. But yeah, that's that on that bar. I'm about to put the gas tank back up now. Another thing, always be careful. I got a fire extinguisher right over there, so always be careful when you cutting and grinding. Even though I dropped the fuel tank down, you got your evap canister is right there. That's your evap canister for your fuel system. These lines right here go to your fuel pump and all of that. So they still carry some fuel vapor and some fuel. So I think I got it pretty much out of there. but there'll always be a little fuel left in these lines right here. So even though you drop the gas tank, and I pushed the gas tank over there and I put a fireproof blanket over the top just so no sparks could get over there on accident or anything, just safety first. But these lines will have a little fuel in there, so just be cautious of that and be mindful when you cutting and grinding over here, because a little bit of fuel might be leaking out of there or anything, and you know you don't want to catch nothing on fire, or if some fuel accidentally drips on you while you're cutting or grinding and you catch yourself on fire. So I always keep a fire extinguisher around when I do this kind of stuff. I have caught some stuff on fire before, so you know that was my wake-up call. So I always keep that fire extinguisher close. I still got to do the still got to get this bushing out of here. I'll knock this rubber part out, then I'll take my Sawzall, stick it through here. This is the metal sleeve of the bushing. You can see it right there. That's the metal sleeve of the bushing. It's pressed into this spring. So it's hard as hell to get these out of there. You can beat on them, you can do all kind of stuff. But what I like to do is take the Sawzall with it. That blade is almost gone, but I'll put a new blade on there, take the Sawzall, and I'll cut me a slice in there. Cut me a slice at the bottom, and maybe turn it to the side and cut another slice at the side. And once you cut it through there, then you could take something like that seam buster, or if you got an old flathead screwdriver you don't care about beating on, then you could knock that seam and bust it, and then that whole piece will just slide out of there. Then just do your best to try to clean that up inside of there. I got an end grinder. I got a Milwaukee end grinder. That's an electric one. With these little flap discs on there, if I could find it. Okay, right here. These little sanding wheels, they work real nice. They come in various sizes on that end grinder, or you could even put it on the, you can put these on the end of your die grinder. It'll work in there too. And then you could take this, like I said, they make different sizes. Of course, this one is too big. I got some smaller ones over there, but you can clean the inside of that hole up real good. You don't want to take no material off. You just want to clean it up and get all of that rust and stuff out of there and get it just to bare metal. So that way when you press your new bearing in there, you could just lightly put a little bit of oil or grease on there and press the bearing in there, and it won't give you that hard of a time fighting to get it in there. So that's just a little trick as well. But yeah, that's it for the bar. Like I said, I'm gonna put the gas tank back up now. Once I get the gas tank, hook all of the lines up, get it strapped back up there, that part of everything will be done. I have to go to the parts store tomorrow. I'm gonna get this sleeve out of there tonight, but I have to go to the parts store tomorrow and get a new bushing to press in there. And I'm gonna work on getting this bolt out tonight too. Probably gonna have to beat it and heat it with the torch to get it out. I might take my Sawzall with the new blade, stick it in the side, just cut the bolts, because the new shackle comes with new bolts anyway, so you don't need that old bolt. But yeah, that's it. Just want to make this last video and show y'all how I got that bar in there. You know, it's not that bad. Like I said, drop that gas tank down, measure, cut, and you know, saves you a lot of time, especially now that they make these bars. So that's a good thing. They started making these reman parts for these trucks. But I appreciate y'all watching.